ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches, I just raise my price. I'm a boss, I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina. Left cheek, right cheek. Please don't give me hype. I'm hype. Left cheek, right cheek. Write my name in ice.
Hey pretty babies, welcome back to my channel. It's Princess T, yeah, it's me. And today, as you can tell by the title, which is why you click on this video, I'm going to be talking to y'all about some freshman high school advice. Before I get into this whole video, if you like the color that I'm wearing right now, check out my channel. I have two videos, part 1 and part 2, of how I made this color and how I installed the wig. So don't forget to check that out. And I'm going to put the link right here on the top or this side. One of the sides is going to pop up. Make sure y'all check that out. And if you're not a pretty baby yet, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to become one today. And let's get straight into the video. Okay, so if you're watching this video, you're most likely a freshman and you're about to go to high school in September or late August, and you a little bit nervous. Like, you're a freshman about to go to high school for the first time. Your nerves are going, you don't know what to expect, what to do, how to act, nothing like that. But that's why I'm here to help you out. Okay, I'm here to help you out. And in this review, I'm being completely honest. Like, I feel like so many other videos are all about, oh yeah, get good grades and be on top of your work, and freshman year is the most important year, yada yada yada. But they don't go into like how to get friends, the boys, the parties, the school events, the other stuff that people really think about when going to a new school or entering a new grade. So I'm here to talk about that with y'all today. Okay, so tip number 1 is don't be scared. Like, freshman year it's not as bad as you think. Like, I remember when I was a freshman or becoming a freshman and I was just overthinking it. I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, like this is just different. It's not as serious as people make it out to be. High school is way different than middle school, but if anything, it's better. What you need to do is stop worrying and just relax. So once you get your schedule and everything, you need to look it over and make sure that the classes that you picked, if you even pick classes, because I know in my high school I had to choose classes, my own classes, just see if you like your classes, and if not, you could talk to your guidance counselors to get that changed. Other than that, if you're cool with all of your classes, what you're gonna want to do is be as cool as you can be with your teachers. I promise you, this is gonna save your life. Not just because, oh yeah, your grades and this and that. That really doesn't have a role to play with at all. Like, just because you and your teacher are cool don't mean that you're gonna get A in their class all the time just because they like you. Like, that's not how it works. But I'm not gonna lie, it helps you get out of a lot of trouble. Like, this is probably like the worst video ever, but when you're cool with your teachers, you're cool with the staff, the principal even, like, if you get into trouble, it saves you just a little bit because they know you a little bit more than the other kids. So be cool with everybody, especially if you're a trouble child, because there's some kids out there, I know you watching this video, you getting in trouble a lot. I know, I see you. I know freshman year, I was definitely not getting into a lot of trouble, but still a lot of trouble. Like, I was just doing dumb stuff. And that's the thing, like, freshman year, it's a different lifestyle, it's different people that you're around, different personalities. You're gonna get into something, whether it's big or small. Like, you just need to be prepared. So for that being said, you need to find the right group of people to hang out with, because there's a crowd that you want to follow, there's a crowd that you don't want to follow. And yeah, like, that same little group or clique that you had in 8th grade is gonna completely change. You're gonna have like 10 friends in the beginning of the year and then end up with like 3 at the end when you're graduating. I promise you. So you're just gonna need to find people that you connect with, and don't be shy. That's another thing. Do not be shy, because there's nothing to be scared about. Like, nobody cares what you're doing, what you got going on. They're just here to make friends and go to school. And this goes for people if you're going to a new high school where you really don't know anybody at all. You want to try to make as much friends as you can, even though they're not all going to be with you until the end of the school year. That's perfectly fine. But the worst thing, in my opinion, is you don't want to be lonely in high school. Like, that's boring. Like, who wants to have no friends in high school, especially as a freshman? Like, you're gonna look like a lonely freshman. Nobody wants to look like that. So if you're shy, you really need to step out of your box and try to make friends, because I'm a very shy person, believe it or not, and it was so hard for me to make friends. But you need to do something. High school is really the time where you need to learn how to come out of your shell, project your voice, and talk to other people, because if you don't, like, it's not gonna be easy, and it may not even be a fun experience for you. Don't be afraid to talk to people, especially if you're a freshman. There's probably other kids out there who want to make friends too. And don't be afraid to talk to upperclassmen either, because I don't know where people get this whole idea that upperclassmen are rude and stuck up, because it's really not like that. Like literally, it don't matter if you're in 9th grade or 12th grade. Everybody's the same. You talk to somebody, they're gonna talk to you right back. Like, it doesn't matter. So yeah, make friends and be cool with everybody that you can. Now, don't get me wrong. There's gonna be some teachers that you might get that you might not like. I know I had a couple of those, but you need to work past that, because it makes it even harder to pass the class if you don't even like the teacher. Like, you need to find something in the class that makes it enjoyable, whether it's seeing a person, a friend, I don't know. You need to figure it out, because if not, you're gonna struggle in that class the whole year. Now, freshman year, they're gonna give you like a whole bunch of stuff about the school activities, the sports. You might even have a freshman seminar. I know I had one when I was a freshman, but I forgot what it was about. I think it was like just creating your own resume and stuff like that. But I transferred out of that school like a minute ago. Like, let me tell you, I've been to 4 different high schools within 4 years. I've been to 4 different high schools in 3 different states. Like, trust me, I know how this works. I've met so many people, been through so many different environments, ghetto school or not. Like, I've been through it all, trust me. So if you get a class that you really don't like, you could either try to switch it out in the beginning of the year before it's too late, or you're just gonna have to suck it up and find something that you like about that class. Because there's been so many classes that I could not stand, but I had a friend in there that I was happy to see every time I went in there. So speaking about friends, you're gonna have like, okay, so everybody's like in a little group. It's not like a clique really, but everybody has their group of people that they hang out with. So eventually, you may not have that right away, but you're gonna form that. You just need to step out the box to make some friends. Like that, I can't stress that enough. Just make some friends, because I've been lonely in high school before. Not the whole year, but for about half of the year, I've been really lonely because I was shy. I didn't have no friends. I had went to a new school. I didn't know how to open up and talk to people. I was waiting for somebody to talk to me, but that's not how it works. Like, it's not always gonna happen like that. There was gonna be people that talk to you, but some of those people that talk to you, they're gonna say hi to you one day and the next day act like you don't even exist. Like, I promise you. Also, if you're a shy person, you need to be consistent if you want to make some friends. Like, say somebody talks to me today and then tomorrow, like, you know, I just met the person yesterday. Tomorrow, I don't say anything to them. It's gonna look, on my behalf, it's gonna look like I'm like ignoring them, or just being like standoffish, like I don't want to be friends with you. If you want to make friends and you're too shy, you really need to be consistent, especially if it's just with one person. You need to, when you see them, say hi, how are you doing? Try to make a conversation. Like, you need to open up, like just brighten up, because if not, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be lonely. I keep coming back to this topic, but I can't stress it enough. Like, you, come on. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna talk about is boys. Now, if you're a freshman, I'm just begging you, please don't get into a relationship right away, especially not with upperclassmen, because I promise you, they only want one thing. It don't matter what grade you're in, they're always gonna want one thing. But especially if you're a freshman and a junior is trying to, girl, don't do it. Because I've actually made that mistake when I was a freshman and I dated a junior, and I mean, nothing happened between us, you know, like that anyway. But he had went and told everybody around the school that he did something that never even happened. Like, I'm telling you, these boys are crazy. They just want to date you for the clout. Oh, she's a freshman, this and that. Yeah, she's young, she's gullible. Like, don't, like, if you're a girl, don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Relationships in high school usually don't last, to be honest with you. Like, it usually don't last. But you are gonna have those few couples in there that have been together for like 70,000 years, and you know, they're the cutest couple in the school, blah blah blah. But 9 times out of 10, it don't work, because everybody's still growing. They don't know really what they want for real. Like, especially public relationships, whether you're in high school or not. When people see a happy couple together, like, other people tend to try to ruin that. Like, in high school, people love to talk. Like, drama is real in high school. Like, drama, people love drama. They love to talk. They like to pick, like everything, anything you could think of, they like to do it. So when you're in a relationship, there's gonna be other girls that come and try to, oh yeah, he did this and that, or go to him and say, oh yeah, she was doing this and that. Like, people are so jealous, especially in high school. Like, you have a lot of jealous females, so you need to watch out for all of that. Like, just keep your guard up when you're in high school. Like, keep your guard up, especially as a freshman. Keep your guard up, because the fact that you're already coming as a freshman, people already think like, oh yeah, she don't really know anything, she's easy, she's a pushover, or he's easy, they're a pushover, whoever. So you need to keep your guard up and just watch out for everybody and everything. But boys is something I could promise y'all not to focus on, especially if you're just going into high school. Focus on making some friends first. At least get you a little group of girls, a group of boys, or whatever the case may be. Get you some friends first before you start looking into relationships, because even for the boys that may be watching this video, there's girls who don't really care about you. Like, they don't care, they just want a little boy toy for a couple of minutes. Like, I don't know, it's true. Like, girls, there's really girls out there that's like that. Like, not every girl is loyal, wants a relationship, and this and that. So y'all gotta keep y'all guards up too, because who got time for games? Okay, so next thing I'm gonna get into is high school parties. Okay, so when you're in high school, there's a lot. When I tell you there's a lot of parties, there's a lot of parties. It don't matter the time of the year, it don't matter the season, it don't matter if it's a hurricane outside, somebody's always throwing a party. Now, as a freshman, I wouldn't really recommend to go to all of these parties and be acting all crazy, because like I said before, people love to talk, they stare and they watch. So like, say you go to a party, right, and you know you're doing your thing, you getting crazy with your friends, you letting loose, stuff like that. Next thing you know,
oh my god, did y'all see that girl? She was doing all this and that. Oh my god, she's so sloppy. She only 14, she a freshman acting like this. Where's her mom at? Blah, blah, blah.
Like, stuff like that happen, especially at parties. Things tend to go left. And as a freshman, you don't really want to be caught up in all of that drama and all that rah-rah, because it's not a good look on you. You're a freshman, like, come on. And most of the people that go to these parties are way older than you, so you also need to be careful with what goes on, who you go to the party with. Make sure you always have at least 2 friends with you that's watching you at that party, especially for my party animals out there, because we all know how it could get. And you know, there's gonna be a lot of boys at these parties, boys who aren't even in high school no more, that's still gonna try to talk. That's one thing that I really can't stress enough either. There's gonna be boys that you meet that's way older than you, but they still gonna try to talk to you. I'm telling you right now, you're only a freshman, you're probably 14, maybe 15. Don't do it, it's a bad look. And 9 times out of 10, you might even get caught up with that boy doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, and you're gonna regret it in the long run. Like, I promise you, don't do it. Like, when you're in high school, you really need to care about your self-image or how you want to present yourself as a person, because these are the 4 years where you're gonna grow, and whatever you put out to the world is how they're gonna see you now, because you're getting older. You're gonna be considered as grown. Like, you need to really be self-conscious about how you're showing yourself to other people, how you're acting around other people, you know. So you just want to keep that in mind, because when I tell y'all the gossip is real, the gossip is real in high school, especially as a freshman, as a sophomore. The gossip is real. Like, people talk about anything. They make up stories and run with it. Like, people, you're gonna have some mature people in high school, and other people just don't know how to act. They don't know no self-discipline. They don't have no morals for themselves or nothing. They don't care. So you need to set boundaries and make morals for yourself, so that if somebody comes to talk to you, talks about you, whatever, they don't have nothing to back that up, because you already know what you've been out there doing. Also, going back to the topic of friends, if you're a female, you're gonna want to get some guy friends. And when I say friends, I mean friends, just friends, period. Like, get some guy friends, because it really does help. And this goes for the guys too. Get you some female friends, because when drama goes down, they be the first ones to stand up for you. Like, if you're a girl, like, there's been plenty of guy friends that I had that they fought for me, they stood up for me, and it helps, because you think that it's only gonna be females trying to come at you. No, there's gonna be guys coming at you too. Like, guys spread rumors too. Like, they may seem innocent and this and that, but they're not. So you always want to have that one guy friend to back you up, and if you're a guy, you want to have that one girlfriend to back you up, because those people, I swear, they come in handy. Like, when stuff really goes down, they be the first ones to stand there and rock with you. Like, I promise. Like, they be like, what you say about her? What you say about him? What? So yeah, you need to just throughout the whole experience of high school, you need to make sure that you have a good set of friends, like good friends that don't get you in trouble and encourage you to do the wrong thing, because they're gonna mess up your whole experience. And you just, yeah, really need to make sure you're around good people. And throughout high school, you're gonna see so many different people. You're gonna see regular people, crazy people, pregnant females, crackheads, because I seen those in my school. You're gonna see so many different kinds of people. And one thing that I do want to talk about, even though I know it's a little bit of a sensitive topic, is for my girls, really, don't get pregnant in high school. Like, please, whatever you can do, just avoid that. Like, finish high school first. Like, there's really girls out there who want to get pregnant. Like, they're like 14, 15,
and they're like, oh my gosh, like I just want a baby so bad, like I'm having a baby.
Like, y'all don't understand how many friends that I've had that were like that, and I'm just like, you're too young. Like, you really, I'm telling you now, like, baby fever is cute and all, but y'all need to wait till y'all get older, because the boy that you mess with most likely not gonna be with you. He's not gonna, because y'all are still growing, like your minds aren't fully developed yet. He's not gonna understand responsibility. He's not gonna care. He's gonna be like, oh, rah rah rah, and then next thing you know, 3 years down the line, you're alone and you're a mom and you're still in high school. I've seen it happen so many times. Like, there's been a time where I seen a freshman and she was already 9 months, and it's like, I'm not saying that people can't do it, because I know it's happened before. My mom had me at a very young age, so I know, like, you know, people get through it, but it's just more work on yourself for no reason. Like, life could be a lot easier if you just wait. But I think I might make a whole different video about that topic, because this ain't really the topic for that. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna talk about is grades and staying on top of your work. So first of all, freshman year, I'm not gonna lie, my freshman year grades were terrible. I literally have straight D's across the board, D's and C's, nothing above that. My grades were terrible, only because for me, freshman year was extremely hard. Like, every school is different, so I'm not saying that you might fail or blah blah blah. Like, you might actually get straight A's as a freshman, but for me it was hard because it was a big transition. The workload was different, teachers were different, classes, everything was just different. So you're gonna want to stay on top of your grades. Now, people always say that, yeah, freshman year is the most important year because that's what colleges look at. Okay, now do I agree with that? So like, I'm sure it's true, but I'm not saying it's okay to get bad grades, but if you do fail your freshman year, it's not going to break your entire year of high school, like your entire 4 years. Like, it's not really gonna damage you as much as people are making it seem to be. Like, they're making it seem like, oh, if you fail freshman year, you might as well just drop out and start all over. Like, no, it's really not like that, because trust me, I've done it and I've got accepted into multiple colleges. By the way, I am a graduate. I just graduated 12th grade, like, in May, so period. But anyway, it's not that bad. The only thing I can say is that it's gonna be a little bit harder to get into some colleges because of your GPA. Now, if you do bad freshman year and sophomore year, then you try to make it up for junior year and senior year, it's gonna be harder to pull up that overall GPA average because you already did bad for 2 years straight. So if you're gonna do bad freshman year, make that the only year. You need to grind out sophomore, junior, and senior year. And when they say junior year is the hardest year, they was not lying about that, because that workload is something serious. And staying on top of your work, I'm not only talking about schoolwork, but I'm talking about, like, and this goes not even just for freshmen, but like for juniors and sophomores and seniors as well. You're gonna want to stay on top of everything. Like, if there's a project due, you're gonna want to do it. The SATs, do your PSATs, make sure you pass driver's ed, make sure you go practice for your permit, like stuff like that. Like, stuff, a little bit of stuff outside of high school, you're gonna want to start doing, because when you're a senior and it's time to graduate and go to college, you got your acceptance letter, you got the move-in date, you're ready to go, bada bing bada boom. You're gonna need, first of all, you're gonna need your SAT score to even get into college, because a lot of colleges need that to even consider you for acceptance. So you're gonna want to study for that, because SATs to me is too hard. Like, it's way too hard. It's no joke. You need to study for that. Now when it comes down to driving, and you know, when you're 16, you're a junior or senior, you're gonna want that, because the thing that you don't want to happen is that you graduated and you're in 12th grade, you graduated, you want to go to college, and say the college you're going to is out of state, it's too far, blah blah blah, But yeah, your parents could take you, but once you move out and you're on your own, then what? Like, you don't have a car, you don't know how to drive, you don't have a permit, you don't have a license. You want to get all of that done before senior year so that when the time comes, you're already prepared. Even if you don't even have a car, it helps to at least have that under your belt so that when you do get a car, or if you're borrowing your mom's car or a friend's car, you at least know how to drive and get around places. Because I'm telling you, you don't want to fall behind. Like, everything, when there's deadlines in high school, you want to get that done. Like, driver's ed, I took that when I was a freshman or a sophomore. I think I was a freshman actually, and it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. All you do is like, you learn the signs, you learn this and you learn that, and it helps you to get ready for your permit. And then your permit, after that, go ahead and take your driver's test to get your license. It's really not that hard at all. But yeah, just stay on top of stuff like that, because in the future you're gonna regret it. So now that I told y'all a little bit about that, let's talk about some school events. I mean, everybody's different. Some people don't like taking part in school events because they just don't, but it's a great way to get involved with your school and have some school spirit. Honestly, it's fun, especially if you're going with some friends. Like, Spirit Week could be a lot of fun. Homecoming, you have winter formal, I think it's called. I had it in my old school, but I don't think I went. They have a lot of activities. Do some sports, because that looks good to colleges too. Even if your grades aren't that good and you do sports, colleges will still look at you like, okay, well, she was doing something, instead of just, you know, just failing the whole year. She was still doing something, so that's probably why her grades aren't as up to par, but she could still be useful for our college if you do sports over here. So sports is always good to have under your belt. If you have a job, they look at that too, so get a job when you can. So if you're a freshman and stuff like that, you probably can't get a job right away, so I would recommend doing some sports. Find something that you like just get involved, especially also if you're shy and have trouble like making friends, talking to people. Sports is a great way to meet new people. Like, I did track, I did chorus, but that was like a long time ago. I did volleyball, I did a little bit of swimming. I still can't swim, and I think that's about it. Yeah, and you just meet so many people because you're doing the same sport, and that's how you make some good friends too. So if you're also still shy and stuff like that, don't really want to talk to people that you don't know, join some sports, because people will either, you will talk to them, or they're gonna talk to you. Okay, next topic I want to get into is drama. Now, as a freshman, you don't, first of all, drama isn't fun. Like, if you're someone who enjoys drama, why? I just don't understand why. Like, it's so stressful. Like, I don't know, like, don't get me wrong, like, if somebody, you know, come talking to you crazy, like, I'm not saying go out there and beat them up, but stand up for yourself. Like, you need to have a backbone, because since you're a freshman, people are already gonna look at you as a pushover because you're new, you're young, you're little. They call freshmen as immature and blah blah blah. So yeah, just stand up for yourself, but don't go out there looking for drama. Like, that's just a bad look, and nobody's gonna like you. Like, people are gonna talk about you. Like, people talk about everything. You don't want to be the topic of discussion. And when you're in high school, throughout the years, you're really gonna need to learn how to stand your ground on your own. You can't always go run to your mom, your dad, the principal, being a snitch. You need to learn how to stand your own ground and stand up for yourself, because at the end of the day, when you grow up, there's not always going to be someone there to help you through every little step. Like, you need to really boss up and build your character to stand up for yourself, because I'm telling you, nobody's gonna care for you. Like, I don't mean like that, but like, they're not going to baby you, is basically what I'm saying. Like, they're not gonna hold your hand through every time and help you walk and, you know, make sure you don't fall. Like, if you fall, get back up. If something happens, bounce back from that and keep on pushing. Like, there's just so much things that happens in high school, and every high school is different. Some schools are perfectly fine, some schools are crazy, they ghetto, whatever. So you really just need to, whatever school you're going to, period, high school or not, you need to stand up for yourself. Just don't pretend to be someone that you're not, because someone's gonna call you out about that. People, they notice everything, especially in high school. Like, you're gonna notice everything too. You're gonna notice when a girl is just acting like a certain way just for clout or just to be cute. But yeah, just be yourself. That's one thing that you really do, just be yourself. Don't worry, even if you don't make friends right away. Like, don't kiss other people's butts just to be cool with them. Like, No, stand your ground, build your character, and find friends that fit you. Now, this ties into the self-image portion of what I was talking about. When you go to high school, I'm not saying you don't really need to dress up like, you know, glitz and glamour and blah, blah, blah. But you want to pay attention to how you look. Like, you know, people in high school don't really care all the time how you look, but you don't want to go to school looking bummy, because there's been times where I've seen more boys than girls really, but they would wear the same outfits every single day in the same week, in the next week wear a different outfit, then switch back to that outfit. Like, you want to make sure that you have a good amount of clothes to switch between. Even if you're wearing the same thing, switch it up a little bit. You want to make sure that your hygiene is on point, because people talk about that too, especially if you're walking around stink. People are going to talk about that. Someone's going to tell you, and it's not going to be comfortable either, because once that word goes around, it's over. You need to make sure that your hygiene is up to par. But everything else, like, people don't really care about it. Nobody cares about popularity. They don't care how popular you are. Like, nobody cares about that. Like, that's middle school stuff. Like, you need to take all of that and wipe it out of your mind, because nobody cares about that. They just care about how you looked and your personality. Yeah, so you just need to present yourself how you want to. Just don't go to school looking like you don't care. Even if you don't care, don't look like you don't care, because people will talk about that too. Now, if you're someone who don't care what people think at all, you will scratch everything that I'm saying and do what you want, because if you don't care, then you don't care. Like, that's cool. But if you do care a little bit, which I think you should, take my advice, because you don't want to be that girl that's always stinking, or the girl that's wearing the same clothes and blah blah blah. Like, it don't matter if you're wearing Jordans or Skechers. Just switch up your outfits. Like, I'm not saying to go out and buy expensive clothing and this and that. Just have a few outfits to shuffle throughout the week. Okay guys, so I do really need to hurry up because my camera is dying. I kind of forgot what I was talking about last, because I had to go charge my camera for a little bit. But I'm not making this advice video to be mean or to like discourage anybody who's going to high school and who's nervous. I'm just telling y'all the real deal, like how it really is and what you really need to do, because it's not the peaches and cream that everybody might tell you, like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like, it's gonna be fine, don't get me wrong, but there's some stuff that you need to take into consideration as well. Like, you can't just think that you're gonna go in there just doing what you want like you was doing in middle school and stuff like that, because that's gotta go. And as you grow in high school, like as you get older and go through, you know, the 4 years, stuff like that, you're gonna grow, you're gonna mature a lot. Like, people always say that,
oh, freshmen are annoying and blah blah blah, and freshmen this, freshmen that.
y'all hear junior year and stuff, and y'all look back as a freshman, y'all gonna be like, yeah, like I was a little bit annoying, or I was childish, or whatever. Like, it happens all the time, because you're a freshman, you're just now learning how to grow, this and that, you're getting more mature, and all of that is just normal. Overall, you need to pick good friends, because people always say that friends don't matter, but they actually do. They make a big portion of your high school experience, because if you have the wrong group of friends or whatever, your high school experience may not be that good, because you're always going to be in trouble, or you might mess up and do something that's going to mess up your whole life, or whatever the case may be. Like, you just need to have good friends. Watch out for boys, because they gonna come right at you, let me tell you. Have good grades, be cool with your teachers, and stay on top of everything. Like, when there's a due date, I'm saying this again, when there's a due date, you need to get it done by that due date. Don't be late, especially with projects, because that's gonna hurt your grade a lot. And when report cards come and your parents see that, you ain't gonna have no excuse. You can't blame nobody now, because you're on your own. Like, why didn't you get this stuff done? So you need to be on top of that. It's the perfect time to learn how to prioritize and organize what you're doing. But other than that, don't be nervous at all. It's nothing to be nervous about. Like, you'll be cool. Like, just go to high school and be you. Make friends and go with the flow. Like, it's not gonna be like the first day of high school, you got 3 essays due, 5 tests, and this and that. No, it's gonna be, in the beginning, it's gonna be real easy. They're gonna tell you what to do, show you around the school a little bit. You're gonna make friends, blah blah blah, start doing work. Like, it's really not as bad as people are making it seem to be. So I hope y'all found this video helpful. If you have any questions at all, put it down in the comments below and I will respond to every single one of them. All of your questions I'm gonna respond to. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope this helped. Let me know what you think. And again, like I said, if you want to see this color tutorial on my hair, don't forget to check it out on my channel because I have part 1 and part 2 up there. So thank you so much for watching and bye.